and the Norfolk one setting up to train others. The Old Bakery B&B in Hindleveston in North Norfolk won the AA Award for Friendliest B&B for 2016-17, which is a very big deal in the industry, and they're now branching out. You could call it a B&B school, I suppose. Mike Thomas is one of the owners and is my guest tonight. Good evening, Mike. Now, where did the idea for this come from? I certainly have not heard of something like this before.
I guess it's grown organically. We've set up the B&B ourselves from scratch, created a building, from our old building, and created a business up, creating rooms within that. And it's taken about 6 years now we've been running the business. In that time, we've diversified, and we have done some work with coaching retreats, coaching and mentoring retreats. Alison, my wife, has a diploma in coaching and mentoring, and we have like short breaks for people to come away who are working during the week. They come away at the weekend, and just intensive. Normally it's maybe one coaching a week for some people. Do it intensively, but it's a good place to do it. Using the beaches of Holcombe, etc. They can do something like walk and talk, and we've been doing this for some time with some success.
So it started off as just a way of diversifying. You had the B&B, that was the core. Your wife had those skills, let's go into that. But at what point was the light bulb moment and think, you know what, we could actually, we've won an award, we're clearly pretty good at this, we can actually teach and train others how to go about doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because so many of those coaching, the need for that coaching is very much based on what we do. The people who are in redundancy, people like that we've heard today, the merging of businesses, people at risk, and people maybe under great stress. Well-being at work is a crucial thing, and it's beginning to get to some people, and stress is a reason why people leave. We understood that people are looking at being, lots of our guests say, oh, I'd love to. In fact, I guess I've said we will be their mentors as soon as they get around to setting up. And I guess it starts saying, well, maybe this is something we do formally, using the skills that we have. It's coaching and mentoring. The mentoring's task-led, and I'm particularly looking after the B&B on a day-to-day basis, and would teach the basic tasks. Alison was an ex-bank manager for 30-odd years, and the commercial side that she can offer from that is huge. So the tasks are all sorted out in the mentoring, and the coaching is to get people into understanding what they want out of it. Do they want to do a B&B? Is it appropriate for them? And that's something I think we believe might be lacking. People invest in a B&B, but by the time they've invested, find they didn't like it, it could be too late.
So I'm sure plenty of people have seen the programmes when, on TV, when people go into hotels or whatever, and things aren't as they should be, and things are a bit wrong. What are the common problems you would expect to see of someone who has maybe set up and it's not going well, or is new to the business and frankly doesn't quite know how to go about doing it?
I think we probably all come across it. We did a lot of work going around B&Bs, not just for fun, but because it was something that was going to give us some education. And the lack of customer service that people can give is a game changer. If they're trying to build a business up and they have a failing in the customer service area, it doesn't mean that it's them. It's maybe not appropriate to be doing a B&B, but I've certainly seen that, and that's a game changer. If you cannot offer great customer service, then you're never going to have a great business. And those sort of areas can be really enhanced. And I think people also find out that's what they're missing. And then maybe also the other side of it, task-led, the actual cleaning, the mundane stuff can be quite hard work sometimes. And people think, oh, it's just chatting to people all day. Breakfast and then all day to yourself. Certainly isn't. So
as a business, it can be an awful lot tougher than people might
I think it's massively tougher than people think. I'm not saying that it's the worst business in the world, and I wouldn't be doing it otherwise, but people do misjudge it, I think, quite tremendously, and don't get it always. And the hands-on, come and stay with us for a weekend. This is what we do, this is how it's done, this is what we have to achieve before the next guests come, etc. Then, yeah, I think you'll get a pretty good feel for it.
Because how important was it for you to actually diversify as well? The business, as we said, does have the award, so there's definitely something going right. Yeah. But actually branching out and coming up with something a bit different, how important was that?
Really is important, because every business, certainly, as you say, the Easter holidays, people are coming now to the Norfolk, and then there's the opposite, the quiet times, the winter. We already diversified using 2 bird tour companies use us in the winter for bird touring and lodgings. Thursford Christmas show, tremendous show, brings millions into the area, very useful, and we work hard at making sure we get our fair share of customer there. But then the coaching was a natural thing that Alison had always wanted to do. She is very good at it, and that means we can do offset on the quiet times. We also do a quilting retreat, same sort of thing. Instead of coaching retreat, it's a quilting retreat, and we get quilters from all over the country come who just want to finish things in peace and quiet away from that family. But again, we do that in the off season, and that's where diversification comes. You have to find a reason to pull people into the area when maybe there's not what people think would be a normal tourist reason to come.
So a whole host of different ideas. But I suppose there's plenty of people who might go on courses about being a hotelier, about how to run that kind of thing. What is the difference between maybe doing that and something like a B&B? Because I guess there's a real difference between the two.
There's a lot small scale, everything's scaled down, so you have to be able to manage things very tightly. There's no room for manoeuvre, and waste can be quite bad if you don't manage it. I think the coaching is really important compared to those hotel courses. There's education, there's teaching practicalities, this is how we do this is how you do that. But there's very little, I think, in coaching people in at the same time. That's all joined in together, brought in as part of the parcel. And even on a big courses, I don't think that plays a part. It's just assumed you're learning the job, you're just going to do it. And sometimes you need a bit more than just, here's the job, there's the tasks, get on with it.
So it's finding those specific skills. And just in 20 seconds or so, do you know of anywhere else that's actually come up with this very specific B&B school, I suppose? No,
we have searched because we were intrigued. No, we haven't seen anything as a, I think there's maybe one other that did a B&B school, but the coaching and mentoring, and we'll follow up with mentoring as well. So once they've been, we'll use the phone, and we can use Skype, and do follow-ups a week later, a month later, and then be available. None of that we can see exists.
Well, we wish you luck in it. It's an interesting new idea. Thank you very much indeed.